so like warm a second ago, and now, like literally like a few minutes ago. I'm just gonna wear a blanket. Today was like the first day it hit 70 degrees in months.
Well, besides yesterday.
Okay, I guess it did hit yesterday.
Yeah,
but
today was like 75 though, so it was really warm. Like, I actually had to use my AC during the winter, which is really weird in Arkansas. Yeah. Normally it's like bone-chilling cold, so...
yeah, and it like, I don't know. It's been like a nice few days, but now it's about to start raining. Like, you can see the sky. It's not as like sunny anymore, but that's better for our lighting anyway.
Yeah. Don't become a bodybuilder.
I would be the best bodybuilder. Michael is my partner, my life, boyfriend, partner, love. And we have a child together, if you didn't know. And he is currently 3 years old.
It's pretty great and pretty opinionated.
And yeah, I think we're gonna be making some more videos together, and this is, I guess, the first one. So he's been in other videos of mine, but he hasn't been as much in them. Yeah. So he has an announcement.
Wow, I'm pregnant.
Michael has an announcement. Go ahead.
As of 2 weeks ago, I guess it's been a little over 2 weeks now, I went vegan.
Yay! So, I thought I would ask him some questions, and you guys could get a perspective of somebody who is just now going vegan, because I've been vegan for a while. And, you know, back in the day when I went vegan, things might have been different than now, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, just different upbringings and different, like, ideas on it.
Yeah, everyone's approach to, like, something coming into something new in their life is always interesting and different, so.
Starts at a different place. Like, they may end up with the same, like, opinions and conclusions, or at least something similar, but everybody starts for, like, at least a little different reason.
True. Like, my vegan journey has been very different than his, and I realized today that I haven't made a video about that, I don't think.
I don't think you have either, actually. And
so I'll have to do that soon.
Coming soon. I just got a lot of thigh right now.
I love thigh. And if you see me looking in other directions, I'm checking on our son. So
yeah, he's dancing inside right now.
Okay, so what did your diet look like growing up?
I mean, honestly,
Amy's vegan interviews.
Yeah. My parents were like pretty health conscious before me, but I just found this out recently. But I guess
Good.
I guess my mom kind of put her foot down when my parents found out that they were pregnant with me. And my mom only wanted to buy organic produce and to, like, start eating, like, even cleaner for my sake. So I never ate red meat growing up or anything like that. All organic produce, like, pretty clean diet. I would eat, like, fish and white meat, predominantly chicken and turkey. But yeah, I don't think I ever ate red meat until I was, like, in college.
And you didn't, I don't think you liked it a whole lot, did you?
No. I mean, I still don't. I always thought it was, like, kind of weird and gross. I will say that chicken was my weakness. I always really liked chicken. I didn't condone how they're treated, but it was one of those things, like, out of sight, out of mind. I knew how bad it was and everything that was done to them and is done on a daily basis, but it was great, and as long as I didn't really think about it, it was fine. But that got harder and harder to do, especially living with Amy, because she's very aware of everything, and
I know everything.
And she's humble. And our kid is waving at us right now.
Hi, Coda. We're still talking, okay? So, like, how many days per week were you eating animal products? Or how many meals?
7 days a week.
So it was every day.
Well,
but
I would eat, like, I was a very picky
Yeah.
eater as a child, so I would eat turkey sandwiches for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
So it was at
Every
least
day.
one meal a day.
No, it was at
Probably-
least two,
or
because
at
I
least two.
never ate breakfast. Like, I still don't eat breakfast. I do not like the meal. I know it's the most important, or so people say, but I'm not hungry. Usually if I eat as soon as I wake up, I get nauseous.
Yeah, he'll be sick. Same
So-
he can't have tea. He can have
No.
coffee, but that's about
Yeah.
it. Like water and coffee.
Coffee and lemon water in the morning is all I want and all my body wants. If I wait like an hour or so, then I can eat. But yeah, breakfast, not my meal. So it was like 2 meals a day.
Mm-hmm.
Eating meat and cheese.
Did you hear about veganism before meeting me? If so, what were your thoughts about it?
I mean, yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of people that don't know what vegan is.
Yeah, my parents
That's
are.
not a yeah.
They're hippies, like not your traditional stereotype of hippies, but they grew up in. My dad grew up in the baby boom. My mom a little after, so they went through the '60s and '70s and did all that stuff. So
They like the alternative.
yeah, like alternative.
More yeah.
Yeah, just spirituality, alternative living, just being open-minded in general.
Mhm.
I'd say they are very open-minded people. So we moved when I was like 9, and then I started going from like a Montessori type school to homeschooling. And I would do 1 day a week of going to a homeschooling group because we lived in a rural location. So it was just pretty much social interaction with other kids who were also homeschooled. And that group was very open-minded and I guess what you'd call hippies and great people in general, like all ages. And there was a bunch of vegetarians, vegans, all different beliefs and opinions, but everybody got along and it was great. So I just grew up with that. It was never something I judged somebody for, and I've been aware of it for a long time. It just seemed very natural. I never had to like judge somebody because that's just what I grew up with.
So have you ever considered going vegetarian or vegan before?
I mean, I have gone vegetarian for like 3 months.
Well, before you met me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Get out of my answer. Yeah, no, I went vegetarian for like 3 months. I think it was the summer after I graduated high school, before I started college. I can't actually remember the reason. I think I got like food poisoning off something, and it just like really turned me off. I think it was like pepperoni pizza or something. And yeah, I just wanted to eat cleaner, and I was like kind of grossed out by pizza and meat for a while. But then I started college, and you just kind of scavenge, and that was the end of that. So
College is a weird time. What made you finally decide to go vegan, and did I force you to?
That's a really weird way to phrase it.
Did
no,
I
you did
like
not
pressure
force me.
you into it? Yeah.
You influenced me, and I think you gave a good amount of pressure. Like, yes, there was an underlying pressure, but not like a, you need to do this for our relationship. It was like,
you know, it'd be
Amy
better if.
yeah.
I don't know. Like
it was very passive aggressive.
No, but in like a healthy way.
Not
like,
at all. Like, honestly,
But you
if
were
Amy
never.
would have been pressuring me, like, through the earlier stages of our relationship, it probably wouldn't have lasted. She was actually really cool about the whole thing. Like, I wouldn't cook meat in front of her. It was just like a respect thing, and she wouldn't like badger me about it or like get on my case.
Mm-hmm.
But she would like inform me about things.
Yeah, because I was going to college when I met him, and I was really interested I'm still interested in it, but I was super into like researching health, and he would hear like the videos I was watching, or like I would want to talk about it because I'm excited about it and stuff. So he had definitely heard like all of it, and I wanted him to know what it was about if we were going to be together. So
yeah, I mean, I like being informed. I definitely do not want to like stick my head in the sand and just like ignore it.
He was always open to hearing about it. Yeah, and that would have been like a red flag for me if you weren't open to hearing about it at all. So.
And I guess why I went vegan is I guess mostly based on animal cruelty. Like around where we live, there are a lot of chicken houses and slaughterhouses, and I've kind of grown up like seeing how horrible it is and like the living conditions. So I've never liked it. And both Amy and our son are vegan, so it just seemed to line up a lot better. Like since me and Amy have lived in our new house, I don't cook meat here. I'll have some friends who will come over and grill, but I've never personally cooked here, and it's not something that's in the house already, so it just felt like an easy transition. Like, as much as I love chicken and cheese, we found great substitutes for cheese and butter. My whole life I've thought milk was fucking disgusting. I've never liked it, even when I was like a baby.
The more you think about milk, you're like, oh.
Well, like, even before I knew there was like pus and blood in it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was
that was
gross.
like my favorite thing to tell people.
Yeah,
when I met
no,
you.
I thought it was disgusting. So that
I was like, hey,
never
do you know
a
what's
thing.
in milk? I loved telling people that.
But yeah, no, it seemed like a good time, and with working construction all the time, my energy level and my body gets pretty worn out, and I just feel better when I eat cleaner. Like, Amy eats great, but I love salads, I love vegetables. I worked in a health food produce department for a long time.
That's
so
where we met.
That's how we met. But I love all of that, and the fact that I love like vegetables more than I do the idea of meat or cheese, and I can find substitutes for both, like, why would I keep like contributing to that horrible industry? I don't know, I'm a logical person, so it just seemed like a very easy choice to me. The only thing that was holding me back was like urges, like going out to eat. I would be like, oh, but that sounds really good, and I don't know, after a few years of this, like, I've been transitioning like slowly, where I wouldn't like eat much. Like, it'd be like once every 2 weeks, or
mostly
like,
when we went out to eat. Like, you were vegan at home,
and
for the
I
most
mean
part,
that's
for a
still
long
gonna
time.
be like really hard when we go out to eat. We haven't done that yet.
We just won't ever do that again.
Or hang out with people. We'll just be hermits. It'll be great. But
little vegan
I don't
hermits.
know. I can have self-control, and like I said, I hate the idea of the meat industry and just everything about it. So I don't really want to be a part of that.
Next question. What held you back the most from going vegan sooner?
I think I kind of covered that, but I really like chicken, and only 2 cheeses are like the ones that held me back. I love blue cheese and Swiss, like fucking love. I'm gonna need to come up with, I can get by without Swiss. We found this great vegan cheese, Chow.
That's our favorite right now.
Amazing. Like, it tastes just like cheese. It's great.
It's cashew based, and like, I think, tofu cashew based.
But I definitely need to find a vegan blue cheese.
And there's more, and there's tons of recipes. Okay, you ready to get down, or what? What's happening?
Where are you going?
you got
This
dirt
is
on my work pants. I haven't changed out of work clothes really, so. How do you feel on, like, how do you physically feel on animal products versus off of animal products?
It didn't used to bother me, but cheese heavily affects me. I already have allergies, so whenever I would eat cheese the next day, I would just have the stuffiest nose. I was really congested. I couldn't breathe well, felt kind of bloated. As far as chicken went, that never made me feel bad or anything, just being honest. I didn't feel any effect with that, but cheese was, like, the big one that, like, is very noticeably bad for me.
I do feel like after you eat chicken, you, just from, like, seeing you from the outside, like, you seem a little more tired. It's not, like, dramatic difference, but I think you do seem a little more, like, you're not, like, bursting with energy, you know?
Well,
like,
no,
you're a little more, like...
It's not giving your body the energy it needs. Your body's just trying to, like, deal with, like, what you put in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, when I eat cleaner, I have more energy and I feel better. It's just been a transition of eating enough, because my meals right now are not as, like, calorically dense, I guess.
Yeah, you're still, like, playing with what meals are
I'm
the
still
best.
figuring it out. So I'm eating a lot more. And yeah, it's a process. Once I kind of figure out what I want to eat. Well, I need to figure out what I want to eat.
Yeah.
But, because that's been the big thing. I don't know what to eat. I can snack really well, but I don't know what fills me up for more than, like, 30 minutes. But I do feel better in general. I feel lighter. I don't get bloated, or if I, especially with, like, beef, whenever I'd eat, like, a burger or something, I would feel like shit. I'd feel tired,
You were,
and my
like,
stomach would hurt,
sick,
and, like, I'd have to lay down. Like, not every time, but, like, a good portion of the time, my body was just like, no, this is
like,
not
nah,
working.
man.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. So what foods are you most excited about recreating in a vegan-friendly way?
Chicken Alfredo and blue cheese. And that's it.
No, what about sushi?
Honestly, sushi still kind of makes me sad.
Julian Solomita has some sushi.
I mean, I've tried the
recipes.
vegan sushi at our, like, local sushi place, and it is really good. It's just not as good.
Yeah, but they don't have the fake fish in it.
Yeah.
Like, Julian has ingredients, recipes with, like, fake fish that he makes.
Yeah.
So I think, like, there's more
Yeah, no.
to
like,
try with that. Yeah.
I'll be excited once I see it. Like I said, I need to actually see it. I can't just be like, yeah, it'd be great.
We'll
with
watch the
this,
videos
like...
right after this. It'll be great.
Yeah.
I got warmer.
I didn't.
Thank you for watching our video. We're excited to do more, like, vegan family stuff, and maybe we can try some recipes that he's wanting to.
Yeah. I need to find more.
New vegan in the club.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's still a transition, but I do feel a lot better being vegan, and I'm excited to discover what I can make.
I'm exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay. Well, I'm leaving.
Night. I have a blanket. I'm gonna just lay down out here and freeze to death tonight in the rain.
Okay. I'll tell Coda he doesn't have a mom anymore.
God.
You were... Yeah.